Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kawaim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kudash. And double honors to the elders and apostles, great Milso and GMS, who do rule and teach well. Those are men I learned the truth from. Didn't learn from any other camp, anyone else. That learned from the elders and apostles, the GMS. So, today, just kind of looking at the news, looking for something I want to talk about. Also, the Shabbat is coming in tonight to Sunday night. So I've just been looking into stuff in general, not looking for stuff exactly about finding stuff for camp, but just looking at stuff in general, and I stumbled across this, right? Real important news. So NYC puts 30-day limit on sheltering adult migrants with no reapplication. NBC News, New York. So
to the city's migrant crisis, the changes that could boot them from temporary shelters. Good Friday evening, I'm Natalie Pascarella. The city says that 183,000 migrants have arrived in the city over 2 years, many filtering into the city's temporary shelters. And now there's a policy shift. Many migrants currently in those shelters will be given housing for 30 days, then they're on their own. News 4 Government Affairs reporter Melissa Russo joining us from Lower Manhattan with the latest.
Natalie, New York City's right to shelter will remain intact, even for migrants. But under this deal, the city will have more power to decide how long migrants who land in our New York City shelters can stay there.
Now we have a workable path forward.
In court this afternoon, Judge Gerald Leibovitz saying the settlement will ease the burden for a city shelter system stretched to its breaking point by thousands of arriving migrants while preserving the safety net.
So that everyone has a right to a bed in safe conditions instead of sleeping on the streets or in waiting room chairs or dying in the cold.
The deal comes after months of intense negotiations. Critics worried the city Adams administration hoped to gut the right to shelter.
From day one, we said that we did not want people on the street.
This new agreement acknowledges the realities of where we are today, affirms our shared mission to help those in need, and grants us additional flexibility to navigate this ongoing crisis.
Under the deal, migrant adults without children will still face a 30-day time limit on shelter. But moving forward, instead of being able to reapply indefinitely for more 30-day placements, the city will now have the authority to decide case by case who gets an extension and for how long, based on extenuating circumstances.
Have they shown that they are making genuine efforts to try to move on? And if they have done that, then that's an extenuating circumstance.
But city officials define those extenuating circumstances differently, emphasizing people who are close to moving out.
Extenuating circumstance could be a situation where you are supposed to leave, however, you've signed a lease and you need 10 days to go. That can be considered an extenuating circumstance.
But, without work permits, it's the case for many migrants that they need more than 30 or 40 days to reach financial independence. But you just heard the city's spin on this deal today is basically emphasizing their message to migrants, which is we want you to move along ASAP. Meanwhile, will people end up in the street in reality? The Legal Aid Society says they will be monitoring the situation, and the judge today made a point of saying this, his door will remain open in case this agreement does not work in practice. We're live at State Supreme Court.
Yeah, so, that's what's going on. It seems, which I read another article that talks about it, typically people, they stay at one spot with the shelters and then 30 days are up and then they can reapply to another place. Now they're saying that they want to deny that, so now they're changing up the ruling on this whole thing. These people destroy the country in one day. There's a slap in the face of all the immigrants who worked their butt off doing all the paperwork and interviews and huge fees to legally immigrate to the United States. We never given free shelter to foreigners visiting the United States, visiting NYC. Why are we doing this now? Should be 0-day free shelter or food for them. They should be on their own. And yeah, we the taxpayers, because we all pay taxes for this stuff when you work, and taxes are cut from all that stuff, and your tax money goes to this stuff. We taxpayers need to avoid another bailout. Figure it out, right? Pay taxes on every damn thing. We pay for this shit. If they said at least where they're getting that type of money from, landlords will either make 20 or 40 times the rent in NYC. These people can't even hold legal jobs. This is a disaster. Send them all back and do it the right way. The leadership in the city is a joke. Right? So it's all, second Esdras, 15 brewing right, before our eyes. The courses of the princes shall stand in their power, man. These people, eventually, they're gonna turn against this government, man. These people are gonna turn against this government. They are tired of this shit. It's sure strange how not one mayor, Governor Alderman, also Egyptian against Egyptian in Isaiah 19. There's many more, but just basic stuff. So nothing is changing, right? Because that's a fact. Because you just get put them all on the street. Say that a bunch of them get denied, and then they just boot them out. Where are they gonna go? Well, they're gonna go on the street. And what are they gonna do on the street? The same shit they always been doing, because they got to be on the street anyway. Because even when they reapply to a new shelter, the new shelter that they apply to is like they gotta wait days, sometimes days to go into the new shelter, and they got like sleeping in subways and other shit to get over there. So Jake never gonna catch a break, man. They try to run from their country, they come over here, and they're not gonna catch a break over here, because there's no break here. This country is not your rest. There's nothing over you here. Trying to follow the American dream. When the free stuff stops coming and they have no place to go, guess what happens? Anarchy, martial law, right? Biden law. That's an interesting take. Could, but I think it's gonna be something much more. We believe there's gonna be some sort of blackout or something that'll cause it, some sort of cyber attack, something really, really big, but we don't really know at the moment. What is New York City doing for the American homeless, right? So you just go all the way back, right? Now they should go back. And what's interesting about this comment is that a lot of like you see Issachar and stuff, they are going back. They came here. They don't have no work permits. I don't know what the fuck they were expecting, but they come over here, maybe find little jobs here and there, like Home Depot, but, when they don't have enough money, they go back, Or maybe when they make enough money, if they do enough gig work, they make enough money, send enough back home, they can go back. Make a genuine effort to move on. They don't have papers, move on to where? Oh, they work, though. They do. Some of them do be finding work. She said migrant adults without children, but it really is single migrant men without children. Single childless women will not be kicked out. I can guarantee that. And that's pretty much that. Nothing's gonna be moving on. Nothing's gonna just gonna come to the city. We always talk about Isaiah 19. The drunken men stagger within their vomit. This country ain't gonna get this thing right, man. No matter what they do, this country is doomed. Like, you are out of your mind if you seriously want this country to last another decade, or if you think this country is gonna last another decade. It's utterly ridiculous. Low Woodland, you're edified. I'll probably find a news article, and I'll go in deeper on this probably at camp tomorrow. But this is just something I found, so you brothers want to look into it deeper, you look into it. There was like this whole thing came as a result of like a debate between like the homeless society and like New York State or something, and this is what they came up with, so they only need to keep people at extenuating circumstances and whatever. But it seems really finicky, because I said people that would otherwise sleep on the street, they would keep in there, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So more than likely, the people that they are going to keep in are going to be guys that they know are troops, that are with the UN or something, or guys that that are agents for them, that work for them. You know, they'll keep those guys in, but get rid of everyone else. So we got to watch how this thing plays out. See what happens, what comes of this. Live and edify, and shalom.